We are going to solve 2019 GATE General Aptitude question paper, Ecology and Evolution section. So let's start. Carry 1 mark each. Question 1 to question 5. The fishermen dash the flood victims owned their lives were rewarded by the government. And correct answer is C. To whom? The fishermen to whom the flood victims owned their lives were rewarded by the government. Then some students were not involved in the strike. If the above statement is true, which one of the following conclusions are logically necessary? Some who are involved in the strike were students. No students was involved in the strike. At least one student was involved in the strike. Some who were not involved in the strike were students. So the correct answer is 3. At least one student was involved in the strike. And about that statement, the third one is correct. Oh, I'm sorry. The third one is not correct. The third option is correct. That means C option. So fourth one is the logically necessary conclusion. Some who were not involved in the strike were students. Some who were not involved in the strike were students. Then the radius as well as the height of a circular cone increases by 10%. The percentage increase in its volume is 3.1. Then 5 numbers 10, 7, 5, 4, 2 are to be arranged in a sequence from left to right following the reductions given below. No two odd or even numbers are next to each other. The second number from the left is exactly half of the leftmost number. The middle number is exactly twice the rightmost number, which is the second number from the right. The correct answer is C, 7. Then until iron came along, India had never been dashed in Kabaddi. Iran. Until Iran came along, India had never been dashed in Kabaddi. Defeated, defeating, defeat, defeat. And the correct answer is A. Defeated. Until Iran came along, India had never been defeated in Kabaddi. Okay. And carry 2 marks each, 2 mark questions. Since the last 1 year, after a 125 basis point reduction in repo rate by the Reserve Bank of India, banking institutions have been making a demand to reduce interest rates on small savings schemes. Finally, the government announced yesterday a reduction in interest rates on small savings schemes to bring them on par with mixed deposit interest rates. Which one of the following statements can be inferred from the given passage? Keep in mind C is the answer. But still we are going to read all the statements. Whenever the Reserve Bank of India reduces the repo rate, the increased rates on small savings schemes are also reduced. Interest rates on small savings schemes are always maintained on par with fixed deposit interest rates. The government sometimes takes into consideration the demands of banking institutions before reducing the interests on small savings schemes. That's correct. Then a reduction in interest rates on small savings schemes follow only after a reduction in repo rate by the Reserve Bank of India. In a country of 1,400 billion population, 70% own mobile phones. Among the mobile phone owners, only 294 million access the internet. Among these internet users, only half buy goods from e-commerce portals. What is the percentage of these buyers in the country? And the correct answer is A, 10.50. The nomenclature of Hindustani music has changed over the centuries. Since the medieval period, Dhrupad style was identified as Banis. Terms like Yanki and Bhaj were used to refer to vocal and instrumental styles respectively. With the institutionalization of music education, the term Karana became acceptable. I'm not sure about the pronunciation of all this. So Karana originally referred to hereditary musicians from a particular lineage, including disciplines and grand disciplines. Which one of the following pairing is not correct? Dhrupad, Bani, Kyaki, vocal, Baj institution, Karana, lineage. And the correct answer is C. Baj institution. That is not correct, but other pairs are correct. Dhrupad, Bani, Kyagi, vocal, Karana, lineage. I read somewhere that in ancient times, the prestige of a kingdom depended upon the number of taxes that it was able to levy on its people. It was very much like the prestige of a headhunter in his own community. Based on the paragraph above, the prestige of a headhunter depends upon the number of heads he could gather. So, from this, we have completed the aptitude portion. Then, subject specific questions are present from question 1 to question 25, ecology and evolution. Okay. Which of the following is not an example of cooperative behavior? B. Lake formation. That is not an example of cooperative behavior, but that means all others are example of cooperative behavior. Biofilm formation, reproductive division of labor, sentinel behavior. These are examples of cooperative behavior, but one is not, like formation is not. Okay. So in a simple linear regression, which of the following statements represents the principle underlying the estimation of the slope of intercept? C. C means the sum of the squares of the residuals is minimized. The sum of the squares of the residuals is minimized. Okay. But about the previous question, which one of the following is not an example of cooperative behavior, like formation? That means others are examples of cooperative behavior, like biofilm formation, reproductive division of labor, and sentinel behavior. Okay. Then in a simple linear regression, which one of the following statements represents the principle underlying the estimation of the slope of intercept? C is the correct answer. The sum of the squares of the residuals is minimized. Then, according to MacArthur and Wilson's theory of island biogeography, the number of species on an island is a balance between colonization and extinction. Other options include colonization and speciation, mutation and migration, speciation and extinction. And the correct answer is colonization and extinction. According to MacArthur and Wilson's theory of island biogeography, the number of species on an island is a balance between colonization and extinction. Then next question we'll be learning tomorrow. So thank you for listening.